What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the E4 Explicit podcast. I'm Corey, and today we have once again Tim Malcolm from 90 Day Fiancé. This is part 2. This episode, we talk about all the things that we actually have in common. So, our favorite movies, we literally just shoot the shit about what movies he likes, what movies I like. I'm a filmmaker, so he asked me a lot of questions. That's actually something he really wanted to do in his life, is be a filmmaker and be in the film industry. So 90 Day was kind of like a stepping stone to something that he really always wanted to do. And let me tell you, this guy knows his shit. He knows his shit about film, the film industry, what it takes to make a movie, all that stuff. So I was super impressed. We had a lot of in common movie selections that we geeked out about: Aliens, Predator, Heat, all those kind of those cult classics. True Romance is another one. But anyway, Tim's a cool guy, down to earth. We shot the shit. He told me, hey, I got 45 minutes for you. And 3 hours later is when we cut. So I appreciate him coming on the podcast. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification so you get notified every time I post new content. So enjoy this episode of the E4 Explicit Podcast with 90 Day Fiancé's Tim Malcolm, part 2. Peace out. This episode of the E4 Explicit Podcast is brought to you by Bravo Concealment. Bravo Concealment is known for some of the best high-quality and concealable holsters on the market. Located in the great state of Texas, they offer free shipping and unlimited lifetime warranty on all of their products, and a 30-day money-back guarantee if you don't like the product. I've been using Bravo Concealment for my gun holsters ever since I got into guns, and the quality is by far, bar none, the top notch in the entire industry that I've seen. And right now they're doing a buy one, get one free, plus free shipping, the 30-day money-back guarantee, and a lifetime warranty. On top of that, you, my friends, will get 10% off of any product, of any purchase on their website by using Explicit 10. Use the code Explicit10 and you'll get 10% off your entire purchase from BravoConcealment.com.
What's your favorite documentary of all time?
Oh, fuck.
You like Michael Moore stuff?
I love Michael Moore. Bowling for Columbine was a fantastic documentary.
I really like that too.
That's probably up there. Damn.
I don't like how anti-gun he is.
Right.
But he is a very good storyteller, which a lot of people don't realize that if you're a filmmaker, you know, I'm the guy that like gets the DVD and listens to the fucking commentary.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I love film.
That's
man.
me.
Like it's an art to me. To be honest with you, I only did the first TV show because my dream job was to work in film. And I was like, well, this isn't film, but it's as close as I'm gonna get, right? Because like I'm not gonna pack up everything and move to LA and see if I can make it as an actor, right?
That's what I did in New York, yeah.
So it's like I always dreamed of when I was a kid, like we didn't have a lot of money and I was scrawny with big ass glasses and I got bullied a lot. So when I would get home, my grandparents owned a pawn shop, so we were one of the first families to have a VCR.
Right.
And I got like, man, I remember I had like 5 VHS tapes, like Rocky 2, Aliens, Rambo 2, I think like maybe Die Hard and Ghostbusters or some shit. And every day I came home from school and Aliens and Rambo 2 were my shit. Dude. Like I used to be able to recite every word of those movies like without
Aliens and Predator. I got a whole Predator sleeve. Like
let me see it.
Yeah, I can't show you all of it, but I actually have an alien skull right here.
So you're a fan of Geiger?
Oh yeah, no, dude, I'm a big fan of Geiger. And there's a Predator there. There's Arnold Schwarzenegger. I muted myself. I got the little triangle that.
The laser shit. Yeah, that's cool, man. I've actually got fan. I wish I could grab it and show it to you, but my uncle, he ran the pawn shop in 1989. There was a company that made a limited edition replica of the Bowie knives that Arnold and Jesse Ventura had in Predator.
Oh shit.
And the company went out of business before they finished them, but he had one with the display box, the sheath, everything. And when he died, I got it, and I still have it.
That's awesome.
It's one of my prized possessions, man, because it's really rare. Like they were only supposed to make like 1,000 of them. I think the company went out of business after like 400. And you can imagine over 25 years, like they've been lost and whatever. But I love, man, I actually got to meet like 4 people from Aliens, like Jeanette Goldstein, who was Vasquez. I got to meet Michael Biehn,
Sick.
Lance Henriksen.
At like a convention and stuff.
Yeah, it was at a convention, but like I actually ran into Vasquez at a bar later and got to talk to her and her husband.
That's awesome.
Just geeked the fuck out because Vasquez was my favorite anyway. Right. Like, just such a fucking badass chick, man.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I tell you what, like, I cannot express to you how much movies have helped me throughout my life with like dealing with life.
Right. Yeah. Same, dude. Yeah.
And the older I get, I'm like, man, I'm really into like period piece drama. I used to be into like horror movies a lot and shit, but I don't like the new horror stuff.
Yeah.
If it's rated PG-13, I don't watch it.
Right. You know, I know. Yeah. Like horror movies that are rated.
Make a fucking PG-13 horror movie, man. I know. It's just like, come on.
But
like the Game of Thrones shit, the Viking shit, like I tell you one thing that's most underappreciated about people that work on films is the motherfucker that writes the scores.
Oh, dude.
Like, music is so important to film that people don't realize. Like, music can literally change the whole dynamic of the scene. And I tell you one thing about Vikings that I really love, man, is I don't know who did the music for that show, but it is beautiful, beautiful music.
Right.
And the cinematography is fucking gorgeous. I mean, and if you know to look for that, then I know we can be friends.
Oh, dude, no, that was my job. Yeah, cinematographer. That's what I went to school for. And it's
shit, man.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, I cut my teeth in New York.
If you appreciate those things about a film, like if you are moved by a film where like they are able to invoke real emotion out of you for characters that were written on a piece of paper, those people have so much more talent than I think the majority of the world understands.
100%. I cry when I watch the Oscars, Tim, because I do, because I know it's such an emotional, because I know what went into all of that. So it's like, I'm like, I just know what it took to make that movie. A lot of my friend Marshall Curry actually is a Oscar-winning documentary filmmaker. He did a documentary called Night at the Garden, 7 minutes long. He's been nominated like 4 or 5 times for Oscars, and he finally won a year and a half ago for a documentary, first live action. But he was his documentary Night at the Garden was when in 1935 or 1941 or something like that, when Hitler and the Nazis actually came to Madison Square Garden and had a rally at MSG in New York City. 7 minutes. It's fantastic. He's done a bunch of.
I've never heard that before.
I never knew about it till I saw him. I've interviewed him on my podcast, but after he won, he gave me his Oscar, his lollipops, because they send you lollipops for when you win an Oscar, and he gave me, he's like, because I have them still, because I was like obsessed with Oscars.
Oh yeah, dude, I would totally keep it.
Oh, dude, yeah,
I went through a phase that I was collecting screen use props, and
awesome.
I want to get back into it. You know, like, man, I had I don't know if you're familiar with the movie Heat.
Fuck out of here, bro! You get Val Kilmer, absolutely.
I used to actually own Pacino's, like the screen use blank firing, like
what,
the 45 with the white grips. Actually, there's a YouTube video of me showing it, but man, I'll tell you this story real quick. It's the weirdest fucking story. Heat's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Love
right?
that
like,
movie.
I love Heat, True Romance. Like I'm real big into
Carlito's Way,
Casino, Carlito's Way. Yeah, man. But Heat, like I was a huge Tom Sizemore fan. I'm gonna tell you 2 funny stories real quick, because you'll appreciate this. Nobody watching it will, but you'll appreciate this. The day TLC called me to tell me that I was gonna be on B90, Tom Sizemore was my favorite actor of all time.
Right.
And I found Tom Sizemore on Instagram, but he had like 400 followers, so I was convinced it wasn't really him. But I sent him a message, and I was walking through the door. TLC called me and was like, "Hey, well, you're gonna do it." And I was like, "Cool." It's like exciting. I'm gonna be on TV, whatever. An hour later, I got a call on Instagram, picked it up, and it's fucking Tom Sizemore on the other end. And I was just like, what is going on today? Yeah. He was driving down the fucking road and was like talking to me about like, so you know how to work Instagram? Like, can you help me? And I was like, yeah. And like, and nothing ever came about it, but like,
bro,
you know, I just thought that was the craziest thing ever. But
Tom was great in his heyday, man.
Man, I swear to God, like him and oh my God, I'm gonna feel so bad that I can't remember my favorite actor of all time's name. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh my god, dude.
I hate my two favorite actors, both drug addicts.
Yep.
And one passed.
One's dead. Yeah.
But man, Philip Seymour Hoffman. If you ever saw Capote.
Oh yeah, dude.
Or
He won an Oscar for
On
it.
and Mahoney.
Yeah. No.
Like,
a log came Polly.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Make it rain.
Comedic roles like Twister, like Philip Seymour Hoffman was so fucking underrated, man.
He's such a good actor.
And Tom Sizemore is one of those guys. Like, I remember watching his reality show. He had a reality TV show for a season on VH1 or MTV.
Yeah.
And
he was a fucking hoot on that shit, dude.
Dude, like, he had so many banging movies in the 90s, like True Romance. He actually, I still have an email address that's fucking Michael Chirito, which was his name in Heat. But anyway, The story was that, like, I'm on a Facebook group for people that collect screen use movie props, and I'm a gun dealer and I'm a Colt collector.
Right.
And most of the guns I deal in are Colt 1911s, and Pacino's gun in Heat was a Colt.
Yep.
Officer's model 1911, right? So I had always had that as like my dream relic.
That's fucking sick.
You know how it is. Like, it is very fucking impossible to figure out where some of these pieces from
a prop gun
have gone. Yeah.
Most of those people, if it's iconic movie like that, most of the actors keep those things.
Keep it, right. Yeah. And especially a blank firing gun is even harder. And again, that movie came out in, I think, 92. Yep. So like they get lost and you never fucking see them again. So and this is a hero prop, so it's like anyway, so like this guy's showing off all this shit on Facebook and it's all horror shit. I mean, he had like all kinds of Nightmare on Elm Street, like the real, I mean, I was like foaming at the mouth and all this shit. And I wrote the guy, I was like, hey, because you know how people are. Most of the time they don't want to, they won't even entertain an offer. Like the guys that are really into the shit, like they're not selling it.
They're not for money.
Their kids are going to sell it when they die. And that's when it'll go on the market again, right? So I wrote the guy, I was like, hey, I'm sure the answer is no, but I just got to ask, like, I saw you had like some Freddy shit and some Jeepers Creepers shit. And I was like, anything for sale? And he was like, nah, like, I don't want to sell any of that stuff. He's like, I have one prop that I might would sell because it really doesn't fit with my collection. I was like, what is it? And he was like, well, I've got this gun from Heat. Shit you not. What are the fucking chances?
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
And I'm like,
did you geek out right away, or did you not?
Well, I didn't know what gun he was talking about, so I thought maybe he just had like a random extras prop gun or something,
or like the Val Kilmer fucking street.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I'm like, oh yeah, like even a rubber stunt gun for Heat, like if you can prove that it's really,
I'll take it.
And he's like, no, it's a pistol. It was Pacino's, and I'm thinking this guy's full of shit, right? I'm like, like somebody's fucking with me. Like I must have told this guy a year ago or something.
Yeah.
Was looking for that gun. And he starts sending me pictures and starts sending me all the paperwork and all this shit, and I'm like, dude, like how much?
What the fuck?
I think he sold me that gun for, I want to say I paid him like $5,000 for it, which like I couldn't send him the money fast enough. Man, I got into a bind like 5 years ago. I needed to come up with some money fast. And a guy offered me $25,000 for it. And I sold it. And actually a buddy of mine texted me a month or two ago. And in a firearms magazine, they had that gun for sale. And they're asking $150,000 for it. Now, whether or not they get that or not, but I was like, damn, you know what? It's not even about the money.
No, it's just, but that's the gun.
Once a month, I got that gun out of my safe and just was like, I have the fucking gun that Pacino shot De Niro with, and he like
chasing him to erase
that. I mean, that was like the pinnacle of my collection. But I want to get back into it.
That's awesome story.
I have a lot of props on my list. Like I would love to own something from The Hound on Game of Thrones. You haven't seen Vikings, but no.
I'm not a big period piece person.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, Vikings. I can't. If you like Game of Thrones or Lord.
No, I don't. It's hard for me to like period piece. Like my girl, she liked Game of Thrones. I do like Peaky Blinders though. I do love that show.
I'm not a big Steve Buscemi fan for some reason. I know a lot of people like him. I just
Fargo.
For some reason, he's like Kevin Bacon to me. For some reason, I've just never dug Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. I can see that though.
Yeah, I mean, I respect him. I
Yeah.
respect both of them, like as talented actors,
Yeah.
but just for some reason they just never, like my weird guilty pleasure is Kevin Costner. I will watch anything that fucking Kevin Costner's in. I know it's weird. It's just,
my boss told me that the other day that he loves Kevin Costner. I'm like, what the fuck? Like
Man.
Waterworld, like I mean, Field of Dreams.
I liked Waterworld.
He said the same thing. I was like, that was like the biggest bomb in like Hollywood history.
Well, it was a disaster because that floating island they built fucking sunk. And at the time, Waterworld was the most expensive movie ever made. And then I think it was replaced by True Lies or Terminator 2 and then True Lies. But like I hated Avatar. Like I had everybody tell me, and it's James Cameron James Cameron wrote Rambo 2. He directed Aliens. I mean, some of my favorite fucking
came
movies,
up with Terminator. Yeah,
exactly. The Tech Noir. Like, I mean, I'm a huge James Cameron fan. Even
Love
Titanic. Like
Titanic,
Titanic's the bomb. I don't care if it's a love story. Like the shit is dope, And man, I'll never forget when I was talking to Michael Biehn. I like asked him like, who's your favorite actor you ever worked with? And he was like, Bill Paxton. And it was after Bill Paxton died. But if you think about it, man, they did Tombstone together, Aliens, Navy SEALs, The Abyss, I think. They're in like 4 or 5 fucking movies together. So, but I was like, man, that sucks. You could tell when he said it that like it hurt him.
Like just I've heard about that. Bill Paxton just being like, fucking really stand cool up. Dude. Yeah.
So, I mean, who's your favorite person you ever got to meet?
I actually met Al Pacino at Target in Hollywood.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he was in the line at Target.
Target.
I met him and Dax Shepard at the same time.
From Punk'd.
Yeah, Kristen Bell's husband.
Yeah.
This is when he was doing Punk'd. I met him. It was short and sweet, like like right at the.
In Pacino, like super short.
Super short. Yeah. Super short. Yep.
I know De Niro is too. Yeah.
De Niro is too. My dream is to meet Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've always like before I die, I gotta meet Arnold. Like,
yeah, man. I mean, dude, like every Schwarzenegger movie from the 80s and 90s up until Eraser.
Yeah, Eraser
was
terrible.
The last one that I was like, yeah, but True Lies, Running Man, Commando, like, dude,
Last Action Hero. What?
I love, man. That's like a lot of people don't like. Me and my girlfriend watched that 3 or 4 weeks ago. She had never seen. She's from Colombia,
right?
So I try to show her a lot of Western films that I know they haven't watched over there, and she loved it. Like,
dude, Last Action Hero is fucking great. I mean,
and what's her name from Billy Madison and Mortal Kombat? The blonde,
his daughter.
Wilson. Yeah. She's fucking smoking.
Dude, that movie. Even now when Arnold comes out with a movie, I know it's going to be terrible, but I just go see it just because of him.
Same way. I've seen every movie he's ever done.
Every movie.
Same with Sylvester Stallone. Actually, I really enjoyed Expendables and part 2 and part 3. I thought Jean-Claude Van Damme was amazing in Expendables.
Funny story about Jean-Claude Van Damme. Sorry, I know if you got to go, let me know.
No, I'm good. I'll sit here and talk movies for a while, man.
So you like Predator, right?
Of course.
Did you know that he was affiliated with?
Jean-Claude was the original Predator.
Okay, you knew that. Oh, interesting. You're the first person that I've said that to, and they're like, yeah.
I'm pretty good with movie trivia, man. Like, right. I'm not good at many things, but movie trivia, I'm pretty fucking good
then Heat, then. Do you know that Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, actually, the very first film they filmed together on set was that stupid movie they did with 50 Cent.
The Prisoner movie.
No, it might have they were like a cop. Like De Niro played like a bad cop, and Pacino was like his good partner. It was fucking terrible. But that was the first time they've ever actually been on screen together.
I remember the restaurant scene, people saying that they weren't actually.
They weren't.
There was a lot of people like talking about that. Like,
in Heat, they never actually were on set and filmed. Even when he's chasing him through the train tracks scene.
Yeah.
No, they had stand-in. It wasn't. They were never on set together.
That's one of the most iconic conversations ever. Is when the Heat conversation takes place in the restaurant. Well, there's a flip side of that coin.
Yeah.
Like, man, it gives me goosebumps.
I know. It's such a good movie.
Obviously, True Romance has some.
I just put my fiance on that movie a couple months ago of True Romance.
True Romance is phenomenal, dude.
Tarantino, bro.
Man, I had the opportunity like 3 years ago to buy Clarence's sunglasses. And you know what? I was 95% sure they were
legit.
real, but I had a little bit of doubt, and you know how that market is. There's so many fakes, and
especially glasses too. Like
the guy had the glasses, and he had the Swiss Army knife that she stabbed Gandolfini in the foot with.
Oh shit!
And the key, and that like I was convinced that was correct because I had screen matched it, and everything on the keychain was
on
the
there.
same. But you know, I
Love
think it
that
was
scene.
fucking Christian Slater still had, or no, Patricia Arquette. She was given that pink Cadillac from the movie, and she still has it.
Wow.
And I would love to have that car.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that movie is incredible. Ridley, Tony Scott directed it, and Tarantino.
Shame about him, man.
I know, man.
That's still just a weird story to me that he jumped off the
bridge.
Like
I know.
Yeah, because he was a talented guy. He made a lot of good. I think he did Enemy of the State too.
He did, yep.
Which Sizemore has an uncredited role in that. He's great. I mean,
wait. Oh yeah, no.
He's the mob boss. Yeah,
that's right. He is.
Yeah.
Holy shit! With the end scene with the shootout.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's man. Right. Sizemore, dude. I mean, Saving Private Ryan. He's got a hell of a fucking resume up until about 2000.
Right.
I'm trying to think the last big theater movie he did. Probably Black Hawk Down, or was he in Pearl Harbor?
He was in Pearl Harbor.
Yeah. Those I feel like came out pretty close to each other. But man, I'm trying to remember what turned me on to Sizemore. God, it was probably Heat. Yeah, you know the funniest story about Heat. I went to the theater to see Heat. I got up and walked out. I hated it. I got up and walked out like an hour into it, and I was like in junior high. High school rolls around. A couple of my buddies were talking about it. I'm like, man, let me go back and watch this shit.
Right.
And I watched it again. It's like my top 3 favorite movies now.
No,
just shows you, man. Sometimes you're not in the right mood.
No, it's a perspective too.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. So again, like I've had a couple movies like that the first time I watched them, I just wasn't feeling it. And the second time it became a favorite.
Yep.
You know, so
same for me.
If somebody keeps telling you like, what, like, dude, this movie is fucking amazing,
you got to give it another chance.
And you know your friends, right? That like when they tell you a movie is good, they have similar tastes.
Yeah, you gotta like kind of. I do that all the time. I fall back on my friends.
If I ask somebody what their favorite movie is, and they tell me it's fucking Zoolander or something.
Yeah, I'm
ridiculous. I'm like,
you don't take them serious. Yeah,
exactly. Like now, it's for anybody to claim a comedy as their favorite movie, unless they say like Spaceballs or like a really classic
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, the first and only good
first
one. Yeah, because the other two were fucking like. Did you see the last Matrix, man? Horrible.
Not yet.
Oh my god.
No, I don't think I am.
It is fucking atrocious, dude. Yeah, it's just like so clearly, just like Die Hard 4, Indiana Jones 4,
just like trying
all
to
these cash grab movies.
Yep.
Like the fourth in the series always is just terrible.
It's terrible.
You know, now I will say with Rambo, I really love.
Well, those are like nostalgic almost, where it's like it's a different type of.
Yeah. No, well, the fifth one, I think, or the fourth or the fifth one, whatever was just called Rambo that came out before this last one. I love that one. I mean, it's brutally gory.
No, the one on the farm.
50. No. That's the one that just came out. Where he's like drug dealers in Mexico.
Oh, maybe that.
I'm talking about the one that he's going to Burma.
Okay, maybe I did see that. I didn't see that one then.
Oh God, dude! If you ever not seen that or Punisher Warzone, I
saw that.
The most gory action movies were like. But that Rambo movie, they did a really good job with the story being average, but they made up for it with how fucking violent it was. I mean,
the Punisher movies were really fucking gory.
Yeah, I'm not a big comic book movie dude, but like I love Thor, the Thor movies.
Oh, dude, the Ragnarok was
great. The second one was great. The first one, I'm enjoying The Boys. I don't know if you watched that.
That's my shit, bro.
Dude, Boys is amazing.
That's my shit.
I'm really hoping that they get a season 3 out for that. And,
they will, yeah. He's supposed to be. Apparently, he's supposed to be Wolverine too.
Who?
The guy that plays I almost said Dutch. The main character.
The guy whose girlfriend gets killed in the
no. The main guy.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
I forget his name. Yeah, they're talking about him.
Yeah, I forgot his name too. Yeah, but he's perfect for Wolverine.
He would kill it for Wolverine.
Man, have you seen? Were you a fan? You said you don't like fantasy.
I I mean, it depends on what it is.
Skull and Bones. Did you watch that on
Mm-mm.
Netflix? Man, that was really good too. But if you're not into Game of Thrones and shit, I don't
Yeah,
know
I'm
if
not
you're
into
gonna
Game
like
of
it. But
Thrones and stuff. Honestly, it's
for TV shows, man, I'm digging Handmaid's Tale, Yellowstone.
we love
Uh,
Handmaid's Tale. That's a really good one.
yeah, the last season
Yeah,
it started to lose my interest a little bit, but Yellowstone is great. I've been watching what is it, 1882,
1886 or
which is
something
like
like
a
that.
prequel to
Yeah,
Yellowstone or something.
there's a new one coming
Uh,
out that's made by the creators of Yellowstone and 1886. It's called like 6666 or something like that.
that's cool. I'm trying to think what else I've been watching. I finished Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder. I think Shonda Rhimes is brilliant.
Shonda Rhimes is great. She did that. My fiance is watching that new Karina or fuck, it's the one on Netflix about the German girl. Um,
Is Shonda Rhimes?
and it's Shonda Rhimes.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know. I mean, I knew she was still fucking with Grey's Anatomy, but I didn't know.
yeah, I
I
know.
think How to Get Away with Murder is probably one of the fucking
That Scandal was great. I loved Scandal.
dude. I loved how they crossed the two shows. I
Yeah.
thought that was fucking
Yep.
cool as shit, man.
Yep.
Like, I actually watched How to Get Away with Murder first, and then when I got up to that point
Right.
where I read there was I started watching Scandal, and then I put How to Get Away with Murder.
They
on
put it
pause.
together.
Right, but yeah, I mean, what's the lady's name from How to Get Away with Murder? The main
Viola
actor?
Davis.
Fucking one of the best actresses of our lifetime.
She's
She is
in
fucking
Fences
phenomenal, dude.
with
Yeah,
Denzel.
Washington, which was a play adaptation.
It's a
right?
play, and then they did the play
Yeah.
together. What's his name? Who plays Darth Vader's voice?
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones did Fences back in the 80s, and then Denzel did it as a play, and then they made it into a movie, and they kept all the cast.
You know when you're talking to somebody that appreciates film when they throw out fences.
Yeah.
Like, I know, and I'm sure you recognize it in me too. You can tell when somebody really loves
Is
film.
legit. Yeah.
Like I mean, because like most people, especially our age, don't sit around watching shit like that. So
No. I just went on a rabbit hole. You would actually like the Hollywood Reporter does these things on YouTube called the Roundtable. So they haven't done them in a while, but they did one for they do them for like the year of the Oscars. So they'll have like all the best directors. I mean, they had Ridley Scott, Tarantino, the guy who did The Revenant, Gravity. Like,
what do you think about Hateful Eight?
I hated that movie.
I hated it too. And
I hated Hateful Eight.
I love Django.
Django was great.
Hateful Eight, man.
Yeah.
I thought that was like one of the most boring.
Because Tarantino typically he'll take adaptations, like Inglourious Basterds is a remake and stuff like that. He'll do these like specific things. I was kind of disappointed that he went for another Western after he just did a Western.
Yeah.
And it was just them sitting around. I was just like, this is not.
It's a lot of dialogue, which like a movie like Glengarry Glen Ross, it's all dialogue.
Right.
It's brilliant. Just like
But
V
it's
for
different.
Vendetta. V for Vendetta is a dialogue movie, and it's brilliant. And that's another movie. The first time I saw it, I was like, this shit sucks. And now I'm like, oh
that
my
movie's
God,
great.
so like that's brilliantly,
Hugo Weaving, bro.
Dude, Hugo Weaving is a beast, man.
People don't even know he's in like a lot of movies because he's always
so glad that he did not partake in this last Matrix. But I tell you what, man, he's very underrated too. Actually, another one that I really like is Paul Giamatti.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Remember with him in the what's that kid movie he did with fucking the Malcolm in the Middle kid.
Oh,
Big Liar or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's a lawyer, but yeah, Paul Giamatti's a sleeper too. He's like he reminds me of like you said, what's his name from Along Came Polly.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, he reminds me very much of him, where it's like he's not talked about a lot, but he's like really fucking good.
You seen Cinderella Man? He's great in that.
Oh yeah, no, Cinderella Man is great. Yeah.
Yeah.
You like Kevin Spacey?
Yeah, man, I was just about to say, like, man, I know Kevin Spacey's not really looked good. But Kevin Spacey, I don't care what he did. He's a brilliant.
I have a bunch of holsters from Bravo, and one of them is the inside the waistband holster. So this goes inside the waistband if you want to conceal carry. Also, swap it out here, outside the waistband. So this outside the waistband is actually like hella thin, and you can see kind of like how close to the body it can get. You could take this on the range. You can probably conceal this and comfortably do it with, you know, a hoodie over top or whatever. If you want to open carry, it's up to you. They also send out mag pouches, right? So you can throw in an extra mag. You're going to the range. You don't have to unload and reload every single time. You got a little hollow point moment. They come in handy if you're on the range, like I said, or if you can still carry and you're one of those people that are gotta have a lot of mags or whatever. You know, whatever your cup of tea is. They also send you these really cool pamphlets. They go into great details in these brochures of how to wear things properly, safety mechanisms, and all the features that all of these holsters have as well. So they really focus on educating their customers, which when it comes to guns, safety and education are number one. They don't have any left-handed holsters except for the Glock 19. I'm a lefty, but the right-handed holsters are so dope and they're so comfortable and concealable that I don't really give a shit. Just learn how to shoot with my right hand. And right now they're doing a buy one, get one free, plus free shipping, the 30-day money-back guarantee, and a lifetime warranty. On top of that, you, my friends, will get 10% off of any product, of any purchase on their website by using Explicit 10. Use the code Explicit10 and you'll get 10% off your entire purchase from BravoConcealment.com.
Brilliant fucking actor, man.
That same. We loved House of Cards, and
House of Cards was amazing, and I thought they did the best they could with the last season with him not being there.
I haven't even watched the last one.
Well, Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Robin Wright Penn.
Robin Wright. Mm-hmm.
I mean, she carried it well, but again, I mean, when you take off your main character, and it's just so hard to replace Spacey. I tell you what, I just watched a movie with Spacey in it that God damn, I can't remember the name of it, but he dies and he basically killed himself for like some awareness to a cause.
Is it new or old?
Nah, it's an older movie. Is he even making movies still?
Yeah, I mean, he just did he did one.
I thought he had been like blacklisted
right after he did that race car movie, Baby Driver. That was like right before he got canceled. And then he did another movie that he was in production after Baby Driver, and then basically everybody protested. I think it made like $800.
Yeah, man.
When it came out,
sucks. Yeah. Like, I mean, you
seen Seven, right?
Oh my God, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I didn't even. He's like not even credited at all in that movie.
Yeah, like I didn't know who he was. I went to the theater to see Seven too, and Morgan Freeman is one of my favorite. Like I think Unforgiven is.
His story's crazy,
dude.
Morgan Freeman. Yeah,
oh
he didn't even get his first acting gig till he was like almost 60 years old.
He'll be one of those people that you will never find a better narrator.
No, it's like a James Earl Jones.
Yeah, like
Same thing.
I mean, and Morgan Freeman's another one of those guys that even if I know the movie's gonna suck, I'll still watch it if he's in it.
Oh, same. Yeah,
I love it. You know.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson was like. To this day, I still think Jack Nicholson was the best Joker, and I loved Ledger's portrayal of it. But I love Nicholson, man.
I love Nicholson too, but Heath Ledger's my favorite, probably one of top two favorite actors.
I'll be honest with you, when they announced Heath Ledger was going to be the Joker, me and my friends had a laughing day, shit all over that, and boy, I ate my fucking words with him. He killed it.
Yeah, I know. I have felt the same way, and then they did.
And I love Monsters Ball with Ledger too, and Billy Bob Thornton.
Check out his Australian movies. He did a movie called Candy, because he's Australian, so he has a lot of really good Australian movies. Dude, that movie is fucking brilliant. It's called Candy. It's about heroin. It's so good, dude. And then did you see the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus?
I never did. No.
It's basically Joker. He
okay.
It's so because he died. That's the movie he died when he was in production. So like halfway through the movie, it's him, Heath Ledger, and then the other half, it's Jude Law, Johnny Depp, and Colin Farrell.
Yeah, I knew Johnny Depp was in it.
All three of them basically took all their proceeds and gave it to his daughter. But the way they did it and they transitioned it was fucking amazing because he was dead, so they had to like film half of the movie. And they go into this Imaginarium, and while they're in it, that's where this other version of Heath Ledger's character becomes Johnny Depp, and then one version's Colin Farrell and one Jude Law. It was really smart. Okay. It's a really good movie.
No, but it's one of those movies that's been on like the back of my list.
Oh yeah, and it's I own it because I'm a huge Heath fan. My whole back piece of my tattoo is the Joker in the jail cell at Dark Knight when he's like clapping.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I'm a
yeah.
huge Heath Ledger fan. But
Yeah, no, I mean Dark Knight was I
yeah,
actually I didn't really love the other Batman movies, but Dark Knight is a fucking
that's
classic.
so
That's
good.
literally Heat in a comic book movie.
Yep.
Like
It's very
uh
Heat-ish.
I don't I don't even think I saw Justice League and
Not having either.
I'm just man, it's like either we get a remake or a comic book movie. That's it.
No
You
originality.
know, like
And then
I
the originality when something does like Moonlight or something that's original that comes out, it doesn't blow up like a fucking summer blockbuster Avengers movie does, you know?
well, we also got to remember, I mean, COVID's been around for 2 years now, and that kind of changed
Oh yeah.
everything. But I'm hoping that now that that's starting to settle down some, last year was really a dud for great movies. In fact, I can't name one movie from last year that I like loved.
I don't even know if like I haven't even been to a theater in like almost 3 years.
I
Like
was super excited to see Free Guy.
I watched
I
that the other
remember,
day.
and yeah, I was underwhelmed. Like I thought it was decent, but it just I expected more out of Ryan Reynolds. Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds is very funny to me. I
He
think
is funny. I like him.
I
He is
like him, and
original.
I like Channing Tatum. I
I
think
do.
Channing Tatum is fucking funny. And what's the guy that did that Baywatch with Channing Tatum and The Rock?
Oh,
Zach Efron.
Zach Efron. Yeah, yeah.
I think he's funny
He's
as fuck
funny as
too.
shit. Yeah, fucking
Yeah, so
neighbors.
yeah, yeah, Neighbors is great. The second one, not so much,
Yeah, I
but
didn't. The first one was hilarious.
Super Bad is probably one of my favorite comedies of
Yeah,
all time.
it's funny. Those kind of movies you can't make anymore.
Dude, like Super Bad was I've seen that movie so many times
Yep.
and it
Pineapple
never
Express.
yeah, I saw it. I'm not a big what's the dude's name from the
If you say Danny McBride, I'm
no,
ending this
James
call.
Franco. I'm
Yeah,
not a big James Franco
same.
fan. I liked him in that Oz movie. I don't remember what it was called. It might have been called Oz, but he's just on. I don't know. I've got a list of actors that's like done a lot of shit
Yeah.
that I just am not crazy about. Like off the top of my head, like I said, like Kevin Bacon, Steve Buscemi. And I don't know what it is about them, but like they're much better actors than like Sylvester Stallone. But
Oh,
like,
for sure.
man, anything Sylvester Stallone. I will say though, if you watch Copland, Sylvester Stallone proves that he can.
Copland.
Copland.
Yep.
Yeah. You ever seen it?
Copland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What where he's the sheriff.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Like I think that he really proved himself as an actor, and that is not just a muscle
Arnold
head.
did the same thing with Maggie,
Maggie's with the zombie girl.
with the zombie daughter. Yeah.
I didn't watch that one
Yeah,
actually.
I watched it because I'm like, let me watch fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to be serious. I thought he was great actually. It's kind of like, it reminded me of like when Jim Carrey did Room 23 or 20 whatever that movie was. It was like a horror movie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I
it was
remember. Yeah.
great. Like he was so good in it, and I was like, what the fuck, man? Jim Carrey.
Actually, Uncut Gems might have been one of the best movies I watched last year.
That's a TV show.
Yeah, no, it was Adam Sandler movie.
Oh, I'm tripping. I'm thinking of
Dramatic.
Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah.
Danny McBride.
Uncut
Yeah.
Gems was it that surprised me. I thought Sandler did a really good job.
That's right. Yeah. I forgot about that movie. I
Because
haven't
I
seen it
haven't liked his movies. I mean, Happy Gilmore classic, Billy Madison classic, but
since
actually,
Click.
yeah, and I liked Click, and I even liked Spanglish, like which I know, yeah, like I'm one of the few, but Click, man, that's like the funniest depressing movie you ever watched in your life, man.
Click in back is like, I'll take any of those. Anything after Click, I'm like, I fucking hate every movie he's ever done.
He signed a Netflix deal, which I think committed him to making 3 or 4 films for Netflix, and every fucking one just got worse. Like I watched The Cobbler, believe it or not, and I was just like, Jesus Christ.
The one with Jennifer Aniston wasn't that bad.
I did watch that. Couldn't tell you one thing about it. It was so unmemorable.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing. It was easily forgettable, but it was like entertaining enough to where it was like,
my favorite Jennifer Aniston movie's got to be, is it We're the Millers or Meet the Millers?
Yeah, Meet the Millers. Yep.
Funny as fuck.
Yep.
Yeah, that shit is funny as fuck, man. I love that movie. It surprised me because I wasn't expecting it to really be that funny.
Yeah, Jason Sudeikis is hilarious.
Yeah, I think that everybody in that movie just, I guess, a lot of people don't remember Jennifer Aniston was like the chicken leprechaun.
Yeah.
And everybody knows her from Friends, which is a classic, I mean, obviously, but
she was from Leprechaun. Yeah.
She did a movie. God damn, man. It was like a independent film. I think it's called The Good Girl. and it actually
Before
was
Leprechaun?
No. This was after. I think this was during the Friends run or after Friends. But it's an independent film. Like I don't think it was theater
Like
release.
theatrical, yeah.
Yeah, but it's pretty good and shows, that she can do some different ranges of.
Yeah, she's got some range. She's not that bad. She's just, when you're in a Friends pigeonhole for a decade, it's like,
they're still making money off Friends. Though,
of course they are. No, yeah.
Like, and they just, I think, did a reunion. I didn't watch it, but
they did. What's his name was terrible. The guy who was in the whole 9 yards and the whole 10 yards, Chandler, the guy who plays Chandler.
Yeah,
Matthew Perry.
Matthew Perry, yeah.
He was like fucking high out of his mind or drunk or something during the reunion. It was really embarrassing.
I mean, none of them, as far as like film, Jennifer Aniston and Courtney Cox are probably like. I love 3,000 Miles of Graceland, Kevin Costner, and Courtney Cox is in that.
So good.
But yeah, I mean,
Christian Slater's in that too.
Yeah, I love Christian Slater.
Slater's a G.
The only movie that I am looking forward to is Amelia Estevez said recently they're gonna make Young Guns 3.
What?
And Lou Diamond Phillips said that he was in. I don't know how they're gonna do it because they're all dead. But I don't know if it'll take place. But man, Young Guns is one of my favorite movies.
That's crazy. Yeah, they're gonna do the third one. But see, that's a money grab to me, dude. Like,
well, Emilio Estevez retired and he owns a winery now, and he kind of retired like
a while ago.
Yeah, in his prime, kind of like Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis' wife died of cancer, and he decided he wanted to take care of his children and left acting. And now I'm glad that he's kind of coming back because his kids are grown now.
Right.
Because he actually did something with Seth Rogen, I think, not that long ago. But I thought Rick Moranis was brilliant in a lot of movies. But Emilio Estevez, he tried to come back. I don't know if you remember. And this deck was loaded with names. I'm trying to remember the name of the movie, and it bombed. And they said he sold off like his art collection, and he like came up with the money. And it was about one of the presidents, like one of the Kennedys or something. But the movie was very lackluster.
Right.
And then he disappeared again for a while. So I don't know, man. I always liked this. Like, yeah, I was never a Mighty Ducks fan, but like Repo Man and
I love Mighty Ducks.
Young Guns. I'm trying to think fucking have you ever seen Wisdom?
No.
It's Demi Moore and Emilio Estevez, and they're a modern day Bonnie and Clyde.
Demi Moore, man. Striptease.
Still banging. Still banging, man.
Dude.
She is still banging, dude. Yeah, like I saw her on the roast of Bruce Willis. Like it's the last time I saw her, and I was just like, oh my fucking God.
She looks the same.
She doesn't age, that's for sure, man. And she can't keep a husband.
I know.
But everybody cheats on her. I'll tell you, man, actually, man, my mom has better luck than me. I've never run into an A-list celebrity ever in my life. Like my mom fucking was in a museum in New York a few years ago, and Sigourney Weaver was standing right beside her.
Oh shit.
And my mom told me like a few months ago, she was at this rinky-dink bar in Charlotte like last year or the year before, I don't remember. And she said Bruce Willis was sitting at the bar just by himself. He was staying at the hotel across the street. And I like, why the fuck didn't you call me?
Yeah, why didn't you
get my Die Hard poster signed? You
like show up at the bar with a Die Hard poster. He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like I've never. I mean, man, like I've been to LA and shit. You know what I mean? Like, but I've never just ran into like what you're like seeing Al Pacino at
like Target. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had that happen. Like, did you ever meet Sylvester Stallone?
No, I never met Stallone.
I think I would rather meet him than Schwarzenegger.
I actually don't like Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No, because growing up watching Arnold, they always were like competing, and I always thought Arnold movies were better. Like I didn't like Cobra. I didn't really like Rambo. I didn't really like. Rocky. Rocky 1. I always liked story wise, and his story too was fascinating. Him writing it in his car and all that stuff. Yeah. But I've just always been an Arnold fan forever. And so it's like ingrained that I have to.
I think equally as fan of both, like from Twins to fucking the Conan, Red Sonja. I loved every Schwarzenegger movie, and I loved Cobra, and I mean all the shit Stallone did.
You ever seen Red Heat?
Oh yeah.
Like pre.
Yeah. That's like that's early
Belushi.
Yeah,
Belushi's in that.
man.
And it's funny because he's like Schwarzenegger's coming over with a fucking trying to do a Russian accent, and it's fucking terrible. And it's
Yeah.
like it's so good though. And then what's the other one that I have? There's Red Heat, and then there's another one that's even before Red Heat. That
Well, he did the Conan shit, Red Sonja. Then it was like Red Heat. I'm just saying some shit out loud. I think Running Man.
hold
Um,
on. There's um oh Commando, obviously.
yeah, Commando, which was Alyssa Milano.
I know, dude.
I got to meet what's it, the bad guy from Commando?
God, fucking
The one
with the
that
chain link fucking armor thing.
him. Yeah, he was actually super cool though.
Really?
Yeah, I had a good time talking with
I like
him.
Sully. He drops
Yeah,
off the cliff. Yeah,
And
yeah.
isn't that fucking
That's Tommy Chong's daughter.
Tommy Chong's daughter? Yeah, Ray Dawn Chong or
Yep, Ray
whatever.
Don Chong.
Yeah, man. I wonder what happened to her.
I don't know. Yeah, it was Commando, then it was Predator, and then it was Running Man, then it was Red Heat.
Yeah, I was a big wrestling fan as a kid all the way up until the late 90s. And I remember like Jesse Ventura left WWE because he wanted to go to Predator and they wouldn't let him. So he just fucking left the company. But
Good move.
yeah, I mean Predator, dude, is Predator, Die Hard. Like there's a couple of movies from that time period that just set the standard for action films.
100%.
Like my dad is actually a really big Die Hard fan. We used to watch it every Christmas. Like
it's a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie. Yeah,
it is.
Like
yeah.
But I don't know. Bruce Willis does terrible movies now. But
he's just like doing whatever. Side note, Predator. So Predator 2. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Danny Glover. You know, at the end when they give him the
alien skull.
Yeah, the pistol. They give him the pistol.
Yeah.
So one of the I don't know who it is. I think it might be the one that gives him the gun. So my uncle's cousin played one of those Predators in the movie.
Damn.
Yeah. I don't know his fucking name, but it's my uncle's cousin out in LA. He lived in San Diego for years. He's like 7'2". He's fucking huge. But yeah, that was always like a story growing. That's another reason why I have like a connection with Predator and just Arnold in general.
I like Predator 2. It's just never gave a fair chance. I mean, they should have just. Anytime they go to a sequel and replace the main character, I feel bad for that guy because Danny Glover's just not going to replace Schwarzenegger. No. Danny Glover, I met Danny Glover.
He's great.
Actually, I got a fucking jigsaw doll that Danny Glover signed.
That's awesome.
And I met him and I met his wife. And man, he was actually, he's like a really big introvert. Like, dude's super quiet. But he's actually a lot taller in person than I thought. He's probably like 6'2".
Wow.
And yeah, I mean, like, super cool guy. I love Bat 21, man. I watched that movie so much when I was a kid with him. I love Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman, dude.
Dude, I love Gene fucking Hackman. Dude.
He's a sleeper too. He hasn't been in a lot of.
Like, is that Crimson Tide with him and Denzel?
Yeah.
Enemy of the State.
Enemy of the State, dude.
Enemy of the State's under fucking rated, man.
So good.
That's like my favorite Will Smith movie, actually.
Yep.
But Gene Hackman, dude, like Unforgiven. I mean, there's just so many fucking movies that he was in.
I'll
tell you what, man. If you've never seen Warriors, seen that? Tom Hardy and Nick Nolte.
Oh yeah. I thought you meant like Warriors, that like the movie, George Lucas movie.
Yeah, no. I think it's called Warriors.
Warrior, I think.
Warrior or something. Yeah. Man, that shit made me appreciate Nick Nolte in a whole different.
Nolte's a G too. He's an old school.
He was phenomenal in that film. And I don't know what about that movie. I love that movie for some reason. That and another movie that I got obsessed with was it's a movie about the drummer and the guy screams at him all the fucking
Whiplash.
time. Whiplash is fucking great, man.
So watch the Hollywood Reporters roundtable. It was a director's roundtable. They had Denzel, they had Mel Gibson, they had the guy who wrote Moonlight, the black guy that did Moonlight that won the Oscar. They had the kid who made La La Land, directed and wrote it, and directed and wrote Whiplash. And they had Oliver Stone, all at the same table.
Jesus, man.
No, those videos are sick.
Have you seen a recent Mel Gibson movie with Vince Vaughn? It's a dark.
The Santa one?
Say it again.
The Santa Claus one?
No. This is like Vince Vaughn and Mel Gibson are police officers. They're partners, and Mel Gibson's wife is like super sick, and he decides that he's tired of being broke as a good cop, so they decide they're gonna rob drug dealers. It's something concrete in the title.
Oh, Dragged Across Concrete.
That shit is actually, you should watch.
Is it good?
A sleeper, man. Yeah, that one really impressed me.
I love Mel Gibson.
I do too. It's a shame what happened with him, you know.
He came around though.
He did, because he was in Expendables 3.
He came around.
I still think Van Damme did a better job.
Van Damme's a G. I love Van Damme.
Did you ever see JCVD? That was really good.
No.
Oh, dude.
It's a documentary.
It's a documentary style. It's like it's got a little bit of both.
Right.
But that I tell you what, man, Van Damme still. I loved Bloodsport and Kickboxing.
Dude, yeah, Bloodsport is
like, dude, I loved Van Damme shit. He was always my favorite between him and Norris and Seagal. Like, I like
for sure.
Seagal shit. Like Under Siege is a classic.
Under Siege is a classic.
I got to meet Gary Busey and his son.
I love Gary Busey. I have his book signed.
Dude, he's a fucking wacko. He was
I know.
Grabbing my girlfriend's titties right in front of me. Like, I was like, this dude is a fucking nutbag. But his son, I love the movie Identity. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but his son's in that. John Cusack and
his son is in
Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers, yeah, that's right. Yep.
He's not a super talented guy, but I think if you've never seen Identity, that's a really good movie.
With it, his son or Gary Busey?
Yeah, his son's in it. It's a thriller about like all these strangers that end up at this motel and they keep getting killed off one by one. And the room key is left in sequential order on the bodies, and there's no way physical possible the way they're dying that anybody would have been able to make them die that way. So it's like a supernatural element.
Oh shit!
But it's got one of those like 7 twist endings.
Yeah.
So once you see it once, it's like
it's like you're not gonna watch it again, like The Village or something.
Dude, 7. I saw 7 in the theater, and I remember
that movie's incredible.
Yeah, but it's never the same though when you
David Fincher.
Oh God, yeah, man, talented guy.
House of Cards.
Yeah, you know who I like in House of Cards. You ever see the Dawn of the Dead remake?
Yeah, I'm a huge George A. Romero fan.
Yeah, me too. I got to meet Romero twice.
That's awesome.
I met Savini and
sick.
Yeah, I mean, the first black and white movie I ever bought on VHS was the original Night of the Living Dead.
Dude, those movies are. I have all like special edition of all those.
Yeah, I've still got I've got the Dawn of the Dead box set signed by Romero.
That's awesome,
and it's hanging in my house like in a wall. But yeah,
I love those movies, dude.
Love zombie movies. But the guy that was in Dawn of the Dead, he had the mustache. He was like the cop in the mall that he was in House of Cards. He was the guy that did all the bad shit for.
That's he's in The Sopranos. He's in that's my guy, man. Oh my god,
I can't ever remember his name, but I like that guy.
No, he's great. He's in a lot of good movies, actually. Sorry, hold on, because now I am pissed because that's my guy, dude. Fuck, what's his name? Hold on.
I think that Dawn of the Dead remake was probably one of the best remakes.
I liked those.
Yeah.
Doug Stamper. Michael Kelly. Yeah. He's been in a lot of movies too. What was I gonna say? You were talking. Oh, Gary Busey. So me and my friends also have like a guilty pleasure of watching like terrible fucking movies. So if I love Gary Busey because he's just fucking hilarious and he's a crazy person. There's a movie called The Ginger Dead Man.
I know. William Butler directed that, and I kind of know him a little bit. So
holy shit, that's like a cult classic for me and my friends. That and like Jack Frost and like Pinocchio's Revenge, like all these stupid movies we used to rent from Blockbuster.
Well, you'll appreciate this. William Butler, who made Ginger Dead Man, he played Tommy in the Night of the Living Dead remake. He's the only actor that's ever been killed by Leatherface, Jason, and Freddy. He was killed on Freddy's Nightmares, the TV show. He was in Friday the 13th, Part 3, I think, and he was in one of the fucking Texas Chainsaw. But he's like a hard dude, and I interviewed him years and years ago, and we just kind of kept track of each other for years. So I talked to him every. He used to be roommates with Viggo Mortensen, actually.
Whoa.
So yeah, he's a
Carlito's
really
way,
interesting.
man.
Yeah.
Carlito.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy to talk to because he actually put a movie together that had Sizemore and Danny Trejo in it. And I got to meet, I've never got to meet Sizemore, but I got to meet Danny Trejo. And I talked to him about Heat. I was like, man, I love Heat. And he was like, I got to meet Val Kilmer a couple years ago too. And
Really?
it was
Before or
after,
after?
it was after, man. And it was the most sad fucking thing I've ever seen in my life, dude. He was doing his Mark Twain tour.
Damn.
He came to like a comedy club here, and I bought the VIP to get to meet him afterwards.
Right.
He walked out on the stage, and they had, I guess, chemoed and radiation him so much in his throat he could barely speak, and he had to have a rag to, like, he was numb, I guess, and like
Right. So it's like drooling. Yeah.
And
yeah, that documentary of him is pretty.
I haven't seen it.
It's good.
But I wasn't like, I knew they had said in the media that like he had cancer or whatever, but I just wasn't expecting the Val Kilmer that walked out.
No, it's, you watch that documentary and you're like, because all I know is like Heat, just old school Val Kilmer,
He's
Top Gun,
Romance.
True Romance. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's like I think of that and I'm like, and you hear him, he's like, it's like, what the fuck? You can never, he'll never be able to.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he in the new Top Gun? I don't know.
He might be. I read that he wasn't in it.
They showed the teaser for the Super Bowl, but
he might have been in it. The girl's definitely not in it because she looks terrible. The girl from the motorcycle, like his girl, Tom's.
I think it'll bomb.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah.
Anytime they wait that long, it seems like they never do.
I know. Yeah. They moved the date a couple times. That's never a good sign. Man,
for the longest time, The Rock was saying that he was going to remake Big Trouble in Little China, and that was a movie I was really excited about. But now it's kind of died out, and nobody's saying anything about it. But that's another movie that I love.
Did you hear about the twins too?
Yeah, I heard something about that they were talking about maybe like Kevin Hart no, Jonah Hill and Shaq. Yeah,
it's gonna be Arnold. It's gonna be DeVito. But guess who's gonna? They have a third brother.
Eddie Murphy. Yeah, I did read something about that one too.
Yeah, that'd
be cool. I mean, Eddie Murphy did some classics.
Oh,
too. You know.
Don't even get me started.
I'm trying to remember. Like, actually, I was one of the few people that didn't hate Pluto Nash. Which nobody likes that movie.
That movie's fucking terrible, dude.
It is. I just still can find some enjoyment with it. The same thing with Battlefield Earth with Travolta. Like, everybody hates that movie.
Fucking dreadlocks. Well, you know what that's from, right?
Nah.
That's like a the whole Scientology, the guy that did Scientology, because Travolta's a huge Scientology guy.
Yeah,
that movie was made by the Scientologists and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, one of every year for my farms business, I pick a movie gun to recreate. And last year we did the gun from Face Off.
Oh, dude, that movie is fucking classic.
They sold out like, actually, I originally said I was only going to make 5 because it's a hard gun to find. And I don't know if it's Castor Troy's guns, right? The gold plated ones with the dragon grips. And I made it 100% like accurate to the film. It's built on a Springfield V12, and
damn,
the V12s are hard to find. And I mean, dude, I could and I was charging a lot for
really
them, and they sold out. And then I had a bunch of people that found pictures of them online, like a year after I made them, and was like, I really want one.
Can you make one?
Yeah, but I did that the year before. I did the Joker's gun from Suicide Squad.
Oh, sick.
And that was a 1911 Colt. The fucking Castor Troy gun was the Suicide Squad guns were fucking amazing. I mean, I hired a tattoo artist to watch the film and draw out the engravings. It's a purple 1911 with gold inlaid engravings. And I wish I would have kept one because they were really hard to make. I mean, I think 9 different people worked on
one.
I mean, just the grips alone, the Joker emblem on there was done by a jeweler.
Whoa.
Then I had one guy that did like the Cerakoting, one guy that did like the graphics. I mean, it was like
that's crazy.
But yeah, we did that. Thing is, I can't mass produce them because it's like, I can get away with selling a few of them without.
Yeah, but it's like, you want to have a lawsuit.
But yeah, man, like I didn't hate I like Jared Leto and as the Joker, man. I know a lot of people don't,
I
but
can't get behind it.
I didn't really love the last Suicide Squad movie, but
The one that
we
just
got
came
to
out.
see different Jokers, the gangster Joker, the crazy
That
Joker, and the
is true.
comical Joker,
That's
like
true.
so I didn't hate it. I mean, a lot of people did. That fucking car he's got in Suicide Squad, I wanted to
The
buy one.
Lambo.
It's not a Lambo. It's actually an Infinity G35 with a kit. It's called a
Really?
Vader. It's called a Vader. Yeah. And you can buy them from Vader already decked out, or you can buy the kit to put on your
Oh shit! I thought it
G35.
was a fucking Lambo.
Nah, it's a fucking Vader. It looks like an exotic car, and actually, like fully built, they sell for about 100 grand.
Damn.
But yeah, that purple
Yeah, that thing was
Vader, that
tough.
shit was
When
sick.
Batman's like on top of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I like because what's her name? How to Get Away with Murders in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, yeah. She was in that. Yeah,
Viola Davis.
I love Viola Davis, but sometimes I'm just like, God, dude, like you're an
I don't know
Oscar winning
why does nobody
actress.
like Suicide Squad?
I
I
hate
don't
that
get
movie.
it.
The
It's
last
not
one I thought was so stupid, where they just
the
killed off
last one
everybody on
was.
the beach, and
Yeah,
then
no, the last one was a little like too much, but the first one I thought was
I thought the
solid.
first one was fucking. I walked out of the theater.
But what was it that you didn't like about it?
I think one thing is like I don't know enough about the characters to like I just like they make a Batman. I know everything about Batman, so it's like it's got to have these to be good. I think with Suicide Squad, it was.
I mean, Harley Quinn killed it.
I mean,
She made that.
listen, she's great. That woman can do no wrong. Not Harley
Birds of
Quinn.
Prey, it was all right. I
Yeah,
mean,
right. But I think like there's too much to pack in 2.5 hours, like movies like that. So
same thing with Watchmen. Like
right,
nobody liked Watchmen.
the show though,
I haven't
I
seen it.
love the movie Watchmen, but the show Watchmen is fucking amazing. But
Really?
that's because it's a fucking TV show. They can do.
Yeah.
They have so much more time with it. They can tell such a longer story than you have Suicide Squad. You have anytime you have an ensemble. The only people that I've ever seen do right were the Avengers, where they have an ensemble of top actors with being top characters.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to replicate. And honestly, DC, I hate the heroes of DC besides Batman. They have way better villains, but Marvel has way better heroes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard. I know they're not really heroes,
The
but
Boys is my favorite.
I love that show.
And I mean, you being a filmmaker, you remember this like 10 years ago, or maybe God, time flashes me now. It used to be movies were just so much better than TV. And
I
now
know.
I think
It's
TV
flipped
is
now.
so much better than movies, right?
Yep.
Like if you find a good show that they've done right, it's like getting to watch a fucking 100-hour long movie. I mean, the quality is so fucking good. And now you've got, it used to be like a downgrade for Hollywood actors to go to TV.
Now it's like they're getting paid more. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So my favorite thing in life is when I find a new show that's already got 5 or 6 seasons and I just
and
get
you could just binge. Yeah.
Just binge it. Yeah, man. Like I really enjoy that. And every once in a while you stumble upon one like Banshee was one for me that like I
heard about that.
Banshee is.
I've been told to watch that a couple times, actually.
Dude, it is, and they filmed a lot of that here. Like,
that's what I heard. Yeah, a buddy of mine when I lived in Charlotte was working on the show.
Action TV shows, it's the best ever.
I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, I need to check it out.
One episode. Now it's only 4 seasons, but literally, I don't think there was one episode that was just slow and.
But that's how they got to do it. Like too many shows go too long. Like Breaking Bad did it great. They stopped at 5 seasons because if they would have made 6 and 7, it would have just been like, this is fucking stupid. Sopranos, you even know the ending was terrible. They stopped at 6.
I never finished Sopranos. Man, I don't know why I couldn't get into Sopranos.
Oh, listen. Let me tell you something, Tim. I was the same way when I was like, that's stupid. Literally, probably like 3 months ago, my girlfriend's like, or my fiance is like, you got to watch Sopranos. So I've seen Sopranos. I didn't watch it all the way through. I didn't really get into it. And we watched it. Oh my fucking God. Like that show, because Breaking Bad and Sopranos are like, fucking right there for me. But yeah, I hate when a season or when a show goes 5, 6, 7, 8 seasons. And I'm like, you could have stopped this at 4. Like, why are you still going? And you just ruin it for you, you know?
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
I feel you. Like, I mean, there's a lot of shows that I just want to get to the ending. But man, I tell you what, as a film writer, I think it is so fucking hard to make an ending that will satisfy everybody.
Everybody, that's what it is. Well, I think Breaking Bad did that because
I haven't watched it. I don't know.
oh, well, I'm not gonna tell you what happens. You haven't watched it at all?
I feel like I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes. That's the meth dealer, right? The school teacher. Yeah.
Well, do you like X-Files?
Man, I watched it back in the day. I couldn't tell you nothing about it.
Same.
Actually, David Duchovny is on a show that my girlfriend's watching right now. It's about Manson.
Oh no, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I've watched a couple episodes of that with her, and it's a little slow to me. But
but Duchovny's slow. But the guy who made X-Files made Breaking Bad. So like he's done TV before. Vince Gilligan is his name. It's I thought it was great. It's somewhat a slow burn a little bit, but when it picks up and he starts really getting into it, which is actually, it's a true story. They saw an article where a teacher got in trouble for selling meth. A high school teacher got in trouble for selling meth. And then his old partner that I used to work with at X-Files was like, hey, this is a crazy story. Let's expand on it. And they came up with Breaking Bad. But dude, Walter White, man, I don't know. It's a good fucking show.
Cannot believe that you haven't seen Game of Thrones.
I know. Oh, I know. My fiance says that too. Like,
I mean, dude, Game of Thrones is like one of those shows. Did you ever see Lost?
No, I never got into Lost either.
Well, during its time, like now, if you go back and watch Lost, it's not nearly as impressive. But that was one of the first shows I remember of being like, hey, this is starting to get as good as the movies. Like,
right. Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, Lost is extremely popular.
Now, I remember when Lost ending premiered, I mean, it was for 3 days, that's all people talked about. And it's a very weak, confusing ending.
Right.
But the show was phenomenal. Game of Thrones, though, like I waited and waited and waited, and I heard people talking about it, and like I just wasn't interested. And I love Lord of the Rings.
Oh, same. I love Lord of the. That's the thing, though. I love Lord of the Rings.
It's better than Lord of the Rings, dude. It's if you like Lord of the Rings, I shit you not, brother. There's a reason this guy. I think that it's got like a 9.2 rating on IMDb. I mean, Game of Thrones is one of the highest rated.
I might, because my girl would love to rewatch that shit.
Dude,
so I might.
It's so fucking good. It's gonna ruin TV for you. It really is.
Well, I remember watching the behind the scenes of them making those like fight scenes. They were fucking incredible.
Well, like that's what people don't understand. So like I started watching it right before season 7 came out.
Which was
season 7, and then it was 2 years between season 7 and season 8. Season 8 was only 6 episodes, but
because they filmed all that shit.
It was like 6 movies,
right?
And the quality. I mean, the battle.
What's the most expensive show ever made?
Right. And well, the new Lord of the Rings show on Amazon is about
that beat it. Yeah, that's gonna be sick.
$400 million just for the rights.
Just for the rights.
They said they invested $1 billion into that show,
and they haven't even rolled yet.
I know. All right. But man, Hobbit disappointed me. So I'm hoping that they don't.
Oh, Hobbit was fucking terrible. I don't think they will. I think because what I've read is they've kept a lot of the people that were from Lord of the Rings. It's not like a whole new staff of people that's working on it for Amazon. They're keeping a lot of it intact, I think. So
I hope. I mean, I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited about the new Game of Thrones. Even though I mean, it's none of the same
characters and stuff, yeah.
But I mean, you gotta put in some time. Game of Thrones is it's a lot of episodes and they're long episodes, but I'm telling you, dude, like the writing, that guy, whatever his name is, George Martin, whatever.
Yeah.
Brilliant. The character development, brilliant. You love every character. Every death means something. And
I know. I remember like everybody watching it every week, and it was like, oh my god, this person died. This person killed this person.
I'm telling you, as a filmmaker, you need to.
I'll appreciate it.
It's gonna go down in history. I mean, I just can't imagine they could ever. It's just like you ever see those shows that you're just like, whoever the fuck cast this should literally be put on a pedestal because. You can't imagine when you watch something and you can't imagine anyone
else. Sopranos.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but
It's
Deadwood,
the same thing.
Deadwood was my HBO show at the time when Sopranos was popping, and Deadwood didn't get an ending, and then like a couple of years ago they threw out a Deadwood movie that was supposed to tie it all together. It was fucking horrible.
Wow.
And it just kind of like killed it for me. I thought Ian McShane was just fucking brilliant in Deadwood, but man, Game of Thrones, dude, like. Yeah, I'm telling you, if anything we talk about today, Banshee and Game of Thrones are two shows that I would tell people, and Vikings too is up there now.
I'll check it out.
Vikings is really fucking good. Now that's another one of those shows that I sat down 5 different times to watch, couldn't make it through the first 15 minutes. And that about TV shows. Sometimes you got to get through. Like I've been watching a show on Amazon called The Expanse. It's got hella good reviews, and I tried to watch. It's a sci-fi, like futuristic. I tried to watch it so many fucking times, couldn't make it through the first episode. But then once I finally got through the first episode, I started getting sucked in, and that's what I've learned. Vikings was the same way. Like once I got to the end of the first episode, but Game of Thrones first episode will have you fucking hooked. The first episode is great.
Okay. No, the pilot. Yeah. I'll
yeah, man. I mean, the first episode, there's some really crazy shit that happens that you're just like, holy fuck, it kind of sets the standard. Cause that show is it's brutal. It's foul. It's like an R-rated Lord of the Rings is how I would describe it. Like it's just violent and a lot of cursing, a lot of sex, but
that's what I heard. There's a lot of sex in it.
Same with Vikings, but Vikings.
Well, that's how it was back then, honestly.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I give History Channel credit for Vikings because Vikings single-handedly shows more murdering of children. That's kind of like a taboo thing, like rape to show in film, and like kids get murdered left and right. And like, did you see Sicario? That was like the shocking moment, right? Like, spoiler alert.
Well, at the end, or just throughout the whole movie. Yeah.
Yeah, like when people in the wall. I remember when I saw that, I fell in love with the movie just because they had the balls to put that scene in. I
love that movie.
My God. And part 2 wasn't bad either.
No.
But Benicio del Toro.
I love Benicio, and the guy who made Sicario is he did Arrival. He's done Dennis Villeneuve. I don't know how to say his last name. It's like French or something. He's fucking great.
Arrival with Jodie Foster or
no? Arrival with
the latest one.
Yeah, the one that was with what's her name?
It's not Susan Sarandon. It's
no, it's the Office. Jim from The Office's wife. She played in Sicario.
I have not seen The Office.
All right, that's it, Tim. Jesus Christ.
And I'll tell you what, I don't do comedy shows. Like I tried to watch Space Force and I just couldn't get into it. Like,
I hate that fucking show.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of what's the 40-year-old virgin guy's name?
Steve Carell?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his.
Stop.
Yeah, man. Like I love stand-up comedy. Like I love stand-up. I watch stand-up specials all the fucking time. Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle.
Burr's funny.
Like,
this guy did the guy who did Sicario, he did Arrival, he did Blade Runner 2049, he just did Dune.
I didn't see that either.
Yeah, he's done quite a bit.
Was that decent, the new Blade Runner?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the original Blade Runner. Like
Prisoners 2. If you've seen Prisoners?
Nah.
Fucking A, dude. Hugh Jackman. Oh my God, Nightcrawler. Donnie Darko.
Wait. Is that about his kid gets kidnapped or something?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. He directed that too.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
That was good. Yeah. I just forgot that it was named that. Did you see Squid Games?
Yeah, I loved it.
Have you seen Alice in Borderland?
No.
It's like if you it's the same fucking show with Squid Games. It actually came out before Squid Games. It's Japanese, I think, or Korean, whatever Squid Games is, and it's literally the same concept of Squid Games, except you have no fucking idea what's actually really going on. Like dudes wake up in like Tokyo and the whole world is gone.
Oh shit.
And all of a sudden they like walk into a building and they're all handed cell phones. They have to start competing in these games to stay alive. And every time you fuck up, just something from the sky kills you that you have no idea what it is.
Damn.
So if you love Squid Games, dude.
I love Korean films are fantastic, actually.
Oh man, dude. Like there are movies like fucking Train to Busan.
Dude, have you seen Oh my god, it's basically the what's that fucking Jennifer Lawrence movie that she's famous for? Does
Oh, that show, The Grunge.
no the fuck, I forgot.
Because there's a Japanese show right now that's based on this. Yeah, that's Sarah Michelle Gellar.
No, Battle Royale is basically the Mockingbird movie that she's in, Hunger Games.
Yeah.
So it's basically like that, but it's like before Hunger. It's fucking good. It's like a bunch of high school kids.
It's on Netflix.
No. I don't think so. Yeah, this is like you got to find it. It's like Ginger Jet. It's about 10 years plus old. Yeah.
One season, or is it a movie?
It's a show. It's a movie. I mean, sorry, it's a movie.
It's a movie. Okay.
Yeah. It's really good.
I like foreign films, man. Like the zombie movie, fucking La Horde, the French film.
I haven't seen that.
Oh my god, that's a great zombie movie. Train to Busan's one of my favorite zombie movies. The sequel.
Yeah, no, that I just finished All of Us Are Dead on Netflix.
Is that the one where they're in the apartment building?
No, it's a Korean school, high school that the zombies take over. It's pretty fucking good.
There's another one that just came out recently. It's not zombies, it's like monsters, and it's a Asian.
I saw that too. It's like there's like big black beasts.
Yeah. That was all right.
I didn't see it yet.
I tell you what, man, Train to Busan, man, I could talk all day about that. I don't know how they managed to fuck the sequel up.
Well, I haven't seen the sequel. Should I?
It's just they lost the. I can never pinpoint what I like about Train to Busan so much. Because I mean, zombie.
You like zombie movie? I mean, if you're George A. Romero, it's like
movies are my favorite.
Koreans do it well too.
Yeah, I mean, but I think the story part, the character development part of Train to Busan, because I remember like people that didn't really like zombie movies telling me they love Train to Busan. Like,
well, that's like a like you said though. That's like it's not like your classic like a lot of the zombie movies focus on the zombies and not the storytelling or the character development and the story arcs and stuff like that. That's why I liked All of Us Are Dead, is because the zombies, and it's like, okay, we've all seen a fucking zombie movie. There's not so much that you can do different that's going to be so unique. But if you can, like the Train to Busan and this show that I'm talking about, like the characters are fucking great. Yeah. Like that's what made it good. Because there's nothing different they did with the zombies.
Are you a gamer at all?
Fuck yeah.
What kind of games do you play?
Call of Duty. I play Call of Duty all the time. I was streaming for a while too myself. I had a YouTube channel and all kinds of shit.
But I mean, are you playing like multiplayer battle royale or?
Oh, honestly, like, ever since Verdansk, I'm like, this fucking Caldera shit is so stupid. Honestly, so
you're playing Warzone.
What?
Are you playing Warzone?
Yeah, Warzone. Yeah, I do Rebirth Warzone, all the time.
So you don't play zombies at all?
Nah.
So that I competed in esports for zombies.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like I was out in Vegas last year. That's where I caught COVID the first fucking time. Was at a goddamn COD Zombies esports.
Damn. No, yeah.
I got like I think 13th place out of 24s on them. But I mean, It was the top zombie players in the world. Unfortunately, they picked 2 out of the 4 challenges for the first day on the 1 out of the 6 COD Zombies games that I fucking hate and never really play, which was Black Ops 3.
Right.
And everybody loved, that's like the holy grail to most zombie dudes.
So they're all really good at it.
I like all the ones who hate. I love BO4 and I love the Infinite Warfare zombies, but yeah, man, I love fucking COD Zombies. That's my shit. Now I got an Oculus. So like I'm fucking in VR every day. Like I just finished Resident Evil 4 in VR.
Is that shit like legit? Like the VR stuff? Like
it's fucking amazing.
Really?
The best $300 fucking dollars you ever spent in your life.
And you can play that with like Xbox?
You don't need anything with the Quest. It's fucking all built in. You don't even have to plug it up to your computer or nothing.
What?
It's and let me tell you the beauty. You and your girlfriend, if you both get one, you can go to the movies, have the whole theater to yourself. It's scaled to where 100% you're gonna think I'm crazy. You cannot tell the difference that you're not actually sitting in a movie theater.
What?
Like you're fully immersed. You can watch a fucking movie in 3D for $5. And like literally the shit's coming out of the screen, not like the whack ass 3D shit that Samsung came out with for a couple
the glasses even in the movie theater. No, this fucking
like,
sucks.
You can like you want to fucking work on something, you can have a 300-inch computer monitor in front of your face and just work. It's fucking amazing. Like I had no idea the VR technology was where it is, but
really,
nailed it with that. Like, and now
I'm
they're
gonna
coming
check
out
it
with all
out.
the older games that they're about to release San Andreas
Oh shit.
in VR. Yeah. And like I wasn't a big Resident Evil fan, but
Love Resident Evil.
all right, well, if you like part 4, the VR version of part 4, that so far has been the best game I've played.
It's
And
scary as fuck, isn't it?
it's not even that it's scary, it's just so fucking good. And in VR, when you're grabbing your guns and having to rack them back and dude, it's just
that's cool as
it's
shit.
fucking cool, man. I'm telling you, if you can afford it, buy a fucking Quest 2. Like it will change your life. Like I already know now, like the iPhone comes out every year, I gotta get a new iPhone. Now every time a new VR set comes out, I gotta
Yeah, I
get
get
it
it.
because
Okay.
it's just become one of those items for me. I just can't imagine. I got it for Christmas. My girlfriend bought it for me. I didn't even want one. I never even asked for one. Like I had no idea that I even needed a VR in my life, and she just bought it for me. 5 minutes after she played with mine on Christmas Day,
She's like, I need it.
She ordered herself one on Amazon. And dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's actually helped our relationship a lot because it gives us something to do together. She's not a gamer, but she likes playing the games in VR. I mean, so she does like the VR chat, like the social apps and stuff where you can go like party with different people.
Right.
But
I
man,
think my girl would like that. She likes to play
dude,
video games and stuff
just
like
for the
that.
movies, like I'm telling you, man,
Movies,
you can pick, you can go to a small theater, you can go to a drive-in, you can go
What?
wherever you want, and they got movies, or you can load movies from your computer and you can download an app. It's like $20 that basically cast from your computer.
That's fucking cool as shit.
Dude, if you get one, we'll play some shit, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
I got an Xbox, and I mean, obviously, I've got a gaming PC that I've never fucking played a game on. I just built my dream. I just spent 10 grand building my dream computer right now. Motherfucker is a beast.
And you didn't use it?
No, I just got it like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I bought the Samsung Odyssey like 49-inch computer monitor, and then I got another Samsung G5 Odyssey as my third chat. So it's like my dream setup. And it's got the 3080 Ti graphics card.
Damn.
Which I ordered the 3090 and they fucked up on the order and put the 3080 Ti. And I had already started transferring files. So I was like, I'm not
so like fuck this.
Yeah, but it kind of pisses me off. But it's like the Intel, I think is i9.
i9.
It's the i9
That's
11000 DDR5. I mean, it's got whatever's ahead of SSD, the SSD M2 or whatever.
Yep.
I mean, it's literally like I picked the most expensive option
on like option. Oh, yeah, the options
water
like
cooled. Yeah. So, but I bought
Liquid.
COD BO3 on Steam for the PC because the PC version you can download a bunch of different custom maps, and also you can play Call of Duty in VR through Steam, but you do have to hook up your headset to your computer. So I haven't really gotten fully into that yet, but
so you can play zombies with the Quest.
You can play zombies in VR, yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, you just buy $25. You buy Pablo VR, and there's 2,200 custom fan-made maps from Resident Evil, GoldenEye from 64.
Stop.
It's $25. Like, and you know what's cool about the Oculus too? Any game you buy, if you don't like it, you play it less than 2 hours, full refund, no questions asked. So like they have the best customer service. Yeah, like Xbox, you can't even return an Xbox.
Are you kidding me? No, it's like fucking. I had so many games. I'm like,
Oculus, like if you don't like it or if it makes you sick, it's too much motion sickness or whatever the reason, if you played it less than 2 hours, and I think within like 5 days or something. And I mean, I've returned like 6 games, got a refund, no problems. Like, you know, they got Tetris on it. They got
some of the. I knew they have a lot of older games, but
yeah, but it's done like. It's not like they just took the 8-bit Tetris.
No, it's like modernized. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I tell you what, with the metaverse shit and the NFT shit, like getting the Oculus has really shown me how big the metaverse, how much money the metaverse is gonna have. When I've probably got $500 to $1,000 in Vanguard. I buy every Call of Duty, and Vanguard sucks, but I bought it just because I buy all of them.
Same.
And like BO4, I probably have $5 grand in that game, playing it for the last 3 or 4 years, just buying packs. And when it gets to the point that I can take that shit with me out of the game, dude, which is what NFTs is gonna do.
Yeah.
You know, that's gonna be huge, man. You know, Ubisoft just tried that with a Rainbow Six game, and it failed, but I think they learned what they needed to learn.
Yeah,
from
no, I
that.
think that looks like that's the direction everybody's kind of going with.
Do you have an Xbox?
I do, yeah.
Oh shit! All right. Well, when we're done recording, I'll add
Yeah,
you to
shoot me a
my.
text and I'll fucking
Yeah, man. What all are you playing?
I literally just played like Rebirth for 99% of the time just because.
I like Rebirth because that's actually a zombies map that
Yeah, I
they.
know. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
know that map. I've been playing that map for 12 years.
Yeah.
It was on
No.
BO2. It was the first time that map ever showed up. So I can play Rebirth with my fucking eyes closed. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'll play fucking Battle Royale Rebirth with you.
Yeah. That shit's it's because it's like Caldeira's too big. There's not enough people in it. And I just don't know the map that well because Verdansk was like, obviously through COVID, it was like
Yeah.
everybody was on it. But we just play Rebirth. It's quick. It's more like we
Yeah.
push, we push, we push. But
Well,
yeah,
BO4 had it wasn't called Rebirth, but they had the same map.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it was literally the same map as Rebirth. I can't remember what it was called, but I think it was called Alcatraz, actually. But
It might have been. Yeah.
yeah, BO4. I mean, that was like the first battle royale for Call of Duty. BO4's, dude. I think if you look at my time on that game, it's like 50 days.
Dude, some of that stuff, like when I was Verdansk, when I had the app, I was like, damn, this is depressing. This is
Yeah,
like ridiculous amount of days playing. And I'm like, holy shit.
I don't think that. I'm like, man, I got my money's worth out of this game.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's
like,
true.
I mean, I paid like a fucking a penny an hour for
Yeah.
entertainment here. Like, even though I bought the $100 version of the game, like
Yeah.
still,
Yeah.
But dude, I know we've been going forever. This is
3 hours almost.
Your longest interview ever.
This is actually my longest interview ever. 3 hours.
Maybe you can two-part it.
Yeah, I might do like a 2-part. Like, hey, here's the stuff we talk about 90 Day, and then once we talk about movies, it's fucking completely different. But yeah, man, I really appreciate you coming on though.
Nah, dude, this does not work for me, man. Like you have a lot of similarities to me, so it's always
I know, right?
People that are into film and games and all the shit that I'm into. So
I know. You were like, oh, I'll give you like 45 minutes, and it was like 3 hours later. So
I didn't even realize we've been on that long until you just said it. But yeah, it's crazy. I'm gonna be way behind, but it's worth it, man.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. For sure.
Man.
Thanks for having me on.
You got it. That's another episode for the E4 Explicit podcast. We'll see you next time.